We move from education to gas provision. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has commissioned a 40 metric ton gas plant in Igbogbo-Baiyeku area of Ikorodu with the aim to cut down the use of dirty fuels responsible for carbon emissions and air pollution in Lagos State.
Liquefied petroleum gas appears to be changing the landscape of household energy in some countries. In Nigeria, Lagos State is working to ensure it's not left behind. Lagos, with a population of over 20 million people, has less than 35% household use of liquefied petroleum gas for cooking, an abysmal figure for a developing megacity. For this reason, the state government is making efforts to provide LPG across the 5 divisions of the state. A 40 metric ton liquefied petroleum gas refill plant delivered by the Lagos state government for residents of Igbogbo-Baiyeku Local Council Development Area of Ikorodu to boost the capacity of LPG and take care of domestic use. The gas plant, which has a capacity to cater to a minimum of 20,000 households, is aimed at stimulating commercial growth and to enhance quality of life by reducing carbon emissions in the environment.
IOGC has an aggressive plan to transition the state away from the use of dirty fuels, to include gas in its energy mix, and to reduce CO2 emissions in the state. We will be focusing on 3 key gas development areas: gas for domestic, gas for transport, and gas for industry. We believe these are strong drivers for sustainable economic growth, job creation, and environmental quality.
The plant, built with the highest safety standards, will also provide access to a cleaner source of energy for cooking.
This plant was built with the highest safety standards in mind. If you look around you, you'll see the first aid kits, you'll see the fire hydrants, the fire extinguishers, the gas cut-off valves, etc. It's all in a bid to ensure that this gas plant that's sited within a dwelling environment is adhered to the safest safety standards. The site was picked deliberately to ensure that we could serve the most amount of people, so that they don't have the excuse of not having gas close to their homes to go and start continuing to burn firewood and other biomasses that affect the environment. So I want to assure you we've adhered to the best safety standards here. And this is just one of several that we have developed. This is the biggest so far. We have another 10 metric tons and another 2.5 metric tons in other parts of the Ibile area of Lagos. And the plan is to expand to about 20 of these plants over the next few years. Now, the demand for cooking gas in Nigeria is about 5 million metric tons, of which only about 1 million metric tons is served. What IOGC intends to do is to bridge the gap between supply and demand and ensure that Lagosians have the access to the safe environment that Mr. Governor has promised.
We know that LPG is clean and efficient source of energy for both industrial and domestic use. However, it is critical to emphasize the safe handling of gas operation due to its inherent flammable properties. Therefore, there is need to enhance public enlightenment on safe handling and operation of the product. The Nigeria Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority is continuously improving on regulatory activities and the enforcement of statutory requirements to ensure that LPG proponents or investors design and operate their facility in a way that operational are minimized as low as reasonably practicable.
I know that some people are on the corridor and the balcony of their homes watching at this point.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu expresses concern over the rising price of cooking gas and says he is optimistic that domestic LPG usage will be raised to about 80% before the end of 2023.
Currently, with a population of about 20 million, less than 30% households use LPG for their domestic cooking. Our target as a government is to increase the LPG usage to about 70 to 80% before the end of 2023. We believe this great target, the significant reduction, the margin of the population that relies on firewood, on kerosene and charcoal, all of which are consistent with global action on climate change. So this stretch we are giving to ourselves will reduce all the energy footprint, and indeed we will see a cleaner, better society that is living in an healthy, wealthy environment, and that our cost of the money we're paying in health will go down, our cost of, heartburn or airborne diseases will be reduced, and indeed the efficiency of the quality of what our people are cooking at home will also go up. We also believe that our vision to transit the state into a gas economy and ensure an energy mix that provides Lagosians different fueling options with the introduction of gas transportation and expansion of gas to projects. I'm not unaware of the current situation with regards to the high and increasing cost of cooking gas, not only in Lagos State, but also across the nation. This is totally unacceptable, as we run a risk of reversing all of the gains we have achieved over the years as a result of increased awareness by the populace on the advantage of using LPG for domestic cooking. I strongly believe that the federal government will do everything possible to reverse this trend and to ensure the availability and affordability of LPG for all of our domestic households.
The gas plant is the fourth facility delivered by the Lagos State government through Ibile Oil and Gas Corporation, with 3 other refill plants of varying capacities in Amuwo-Odofin, Alimosho and Iponri area of Lagos.
Now let's talk about health. The Lagos State government is still educating the public about health insurance. This time, the State Health Management Agency and the Office of Civic Engagement has visited Ifako-Ijai local government area to tell the people about the scheme Ilera Eko